Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Katie. I'm your friendly skincare fanatic. So if you're skincare obsessed like me, then please hit the subscribe button down below. It really does mean the world to have you with me. In today's video, I'm going to be talking all about sunscreens and what they have in them, what they're about. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. Some of you have seen the Gwyneth Paltrow routine that she did on Vogue, and it caused quite a storm throughout social media. I'll leave everything linked below, but basically here's a little clip of it. And Caroline Hirons made it really clear just how bad this is of both Gwyneth Paltrow and of Vogue. Vogue is a massive platform reaching hundreds of thousands of readers, and seeing a famous actress such as Gwyneth Paltrow, she has her own skincare brand as well, basically dabbing like this sunscreen on the areas that get exposed to sun on her face, kind of like a highlighter. Yeah. It's not good. It is so not good. I'm not a dermatologist or a doctor. I've linked everything below where I got this information, which is the British Association of Dermatologists, BAD. So I looked on their website for a little bit of information about SPF, as it's known in the UK, and sunscreen. Sun Awareness Week is the 3rd to the 9th of May, and each year they have a different kind of topic, and this topic is early detection. So as you can imagine, sunscreens, it's all of sunscreens, SPFs, broad spectrums, however you refer to your sunscreen, it's all about protecting yourself from the harmful rays that, if you don't, can cause skin cancer. Now, according to the BAD, the 100,000 new cases of skin cancer is detected every single year in the UK. So it's really important to get your sunscreen on and to slap it on. Don't dab it on, slap it on. Some quick facts about sunscreens. So being in the sun in low amounts is okay, as long as you're not burning. We all need what's called vitamin D for healthy skin, for healthy bones. But obviously if you're in the sun, if you're exposed to the sun for far too long and your skin burns, then this isn't really good. Although we often refer to, you know, being out in the sun as getting a healthy tan, it means that our skin has been harmed by the UV radiation from the sun. And this is your skin trying to defend itself. It can increase your exposure and you can get skin cancer. It's a massive deal and is something not to be taken lightly. So that is why getting small amounts of sun with a sun hat and in shade is absolutely fine. We need sunlight on our face, our bodies need it. It helps us, our body, to create vitamin D, which lack of vitamin D, there has been some evidence to say that it can cause some health issues in some people. So when we tan and you're thinking that it looks lovely and natural, your skin is actually giving you a sign to stop. So what is UVA and UVB? What does that mean? UV radiation from the sun is transmitted in 3 wavelengths: UVA, UVB and UVC. Now UVC doesn't penetrate the Earth's atmosphere, so I'm not going to talk about it. UVA and UVB are what you commonly see on our bottles of sunscreen here in the UK, and I'm going to quickly break down what that means. So UVA is essentially to do with aging. So UVA, aging, just think of that. It affects the elastin in our skin, which causes wrinkles. UVA can penetrate through glass as well, so it's really important that you get your sunscreen on. UVB is responsible for the amount you burn, so B for burn. This is the one that can lead to skin cancer. So how do sunscreen work? So on a basic level, because like I said, I'm not a dermatologist or a doctor, organic filters absorb the harmful UV radiation. They absorb it and give it back out as a different type of energy. And this is known as absorbers in chemical sunscreens. So organic is not to be confused with the environmental term organic in sunscreens. It means something completely different. Then we have inorganic filters. These are often known as physical, natural, reflective, zinc, and that contains titanium dioxide. And that basically reflects the UVA radiation away from you. Organic filters are like sponges absorbing the harmful rays, and inorganic filters is like a mirror, and it is reflecting the rays away from you. Sunscreens in the UK are labelled SPF, which is sun protection factor. Really only shows the level of protection against UVB, i.e. sunburn, and not UVA. So when you see UVA and UVB in a product in the UK, it's often called a broad spectrum sunscreen. So in the UK, for the UVA, you have a star rating. On this product, okay, which is the Nivea Sun Protection and Moisture SPF 30, if I just flip it around, there you should be able to see just here, and that has got 4 stars. This, according to the British Association of Dermatologists, is a good sunscreen. It protects you from UVA-B, from burning, and UVA-A from aging. Star rating from 0 to 5 indicates the percentage of UVA radiation that is absorbed by the sunscreen. It's really important to choose high SPF and at least 4 or 5, or the maximum of 5 stars. Otherwise, you could be at risk of those UVA rays getting through and causing you premature aging. So now that we've got kind of like the sciencey bit out of the way, I thought I would give some recommendations as to what I've been using recently. One of my favourites that I have been using recently for the face is the Beauty Pie Featherlight SPF 50. And the reason why I have been loving using this is its consistency. So it's super, it's quite runny, but it doesn't leave a white cast, and it just gets absorbed nicely into the skin. So my next recommendations, I've been using Paula's Choice. So this is their Skin Restoring Moisturiser Broad Spectrum SPF 50. So broad spectrum meaning it's for UVA and UVB. And I'm really loving using this. And it's a little bit thicker than the Beauty Pie, and at first I thought it was going to give kind of like a white cast, but it really doesn't. And makeup goes on lovely underneath this. I have makeup on today, and you wouldn't know. So there we have that one. And I will leave everything linked below. So another sunscreen that I really want to try, but unfortunately they don't ship to the UK, but it's in America, and it's called Summer Ready. And the thing that I like about this is on the topic of vitamin D, as I mentioned earlier. A recent study has suggested that sunscreens can actually absorb the vitamin D from the sun, and as I mentioned earlier, getting a good amount of vitamin D is important for being healthy, and this can actually lead to vitamin D deficiency, which I never thought about. Like, I put my sunscreen on, and when I'm going on holiday, although that seems like ages away because it was, I put my sunscreen on, and I still feel like I'm getting my vitamin D. But of course, sunscreens can absorb everything, including vitamin D. So vitamin D is really important for bone health, and it also helps the gut to absorb calcium. It's also crucial for muscle and nerve function. It helps the immune system fight off infection. So vitamin D is like, it's needed, isn't it? So Summer Ready Vitamin D Promoting Sunscreen is the first sunscreen in the US that uses a patented technology to let through sunlight that our body needs naturally to make vitamin D, but without compromising sun protection. So this Summer Ready Vitamin D Promoting Sunscreen is oxybenzone free, vegan, fragrance free, and it's suitable for sensitive and children. It's reef and marine safe, and it's a dermatologist recommended. And that comes in SPF 30. I really want to get this, but they only ship to Australia at the moment, and I hope that they'll be coming to the UK, because it just sounds like an amazing sunscreen, and I'll be really interested to try this. So if you're US based, go and try that out. I'd thoroughly recommend it, and let me know in the comments below if you do, because I'd be super interested to hear your thoughts on that product. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Let me know in the comments below what your favourite sunscreen is, and I'll see you on the next This Mummy Knows.